Most songs are built on chord progressions, a series of chords played in sequence that forms the harmonic structure of the piece. They're an extremely important aspect of songwriting, as they can single-handedly define the emotion behind the song. The most commonly heard chord progression is the 1-5-6-4, called the 4 chords of pop. This progression is very basic and uninspired, in my opinion, and doesn't convey much emotion. Changing the voicings, inversions, and qualities of the chords can help a little, but I find that the 4 chords of pop never sound interesting enough, no matter how much they differ from the basic triads. A much more colourful chord progression is the 2-5-1-6. This progression features constant movement down in fifths, which makes it sound very jazzy. This can be exaggerated by making it non-diatonic, not being completely in scale, by changing the last chord in the progression from minor to major. This adds a lot of vibrance to the sequence, but it can be even more interesting if we go further and start adding other notes into the chords. Let's start with the D minor. We want this to remain relatively unchanged in its meaning, so let's just add a 7th and a 9th, turning the chord into a D minor 9. For the G major, let's really build the tension so it can resolve nicely to the tonic on the next chord. Let's voice the 3rd an octave higher, then add a minor 7th, a flat 9th, and a 13th above it all. This makes it a G7 flat 9 add 13, a chord which contains both a tritone and a flat 9th interval, which are considered the 2 most dissonant intervals. Next, the C major should provide a satisfying resolution after the intensity of the previous chord. So let's just add a 7th and a 9th, like we did with the D minor, making it a C major 9. For the final chord, the A major, I'll voice the 3rd an octave up again, just like I did with the G chord. I'll add a minor 7th again, and another flat 9th. This chord is an A7 flat 9, which contains 2 tritones and a flat 9th interval, which I feel leads nicely back to the D minor 9. Building up chords and ensuring that they lead nicely into each other is a great way to create interesting and coherent progressions, which can make for a great foundation to write a song over. In the next video, I'll talk about tone and feel. Thanks for watching.